What's going on, everybody? 2Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. It's time for another Prize Wall Eval, and I'm not really sure how to feel about this one. It is the Revolutionary Feud Prize Wall, and boy oh boy is this revolutionary. It's tough. I made a video, I think a couple weeks back, about how you can't really afford anything on the prize wall. I guess Scopely heard me because they were like, "Hold my beer." You can't get anything on this prize wall. So that seems to be the theme moving forward. That prize wall is going to be really, really, really premium. So I want to apologize ahead of time because most of this stuff really isn't going to be useful for a lot of you, myself included. So I did my blitzes on Sunday, and I got 20 extra prize wall from that. So I'm sitting at a cool 170 prize wall. I maxed the solo contest by feuding and playing the tours and doing all that wonderful stuff. But I haven't spent anything on this weekend. So I got 170. That being said, I can't even afford this Dookie Seth Rollins strap. I'm nowhere near getting this Rainbow X plate, which used to be like a gimme on most of these weekends that you could just get whatever the plate is. I'm nowhere close to that. And if I even want to buy prize wall, they have what looks like this ultimate finale pack of 70 prize wall for $100. So I would still need to end up spending $200, I guess, to get enough prize wall here on top, just so I can get this Rainbow Explosion plate. Yeah, that's tough. $100 for these affiliation straps is a slap in the face. You don't ever get the promoter affiliation, so even if they were 10, you'd be kind of, maybe interested in those, but you'd be hard-pressed to be like, I'm definitely getting a promoter affiliation. And then you get into the literal no way you're getting the shards zone. This, again, for me, and I've done these prize wall evals for months at this point, I would always mention, I don't need the shards, so I'm not going to get them. But if you had this many prize wall, then sure, go for it and recruit a new character. I'm not even close to literally any of this stuff. This is insane to me. You used to be able to pick up like one set of shards, right? People could pick up Axe or, some Stephanie shards or some Drew or some Punk, right? Like, there's none of that here. Cena shards out of range, Io shards out of range. One set of Jackie shards, I'm literally 2 over, and that's because I got lucky in my blitzes. Now you're getting to the shards that you can actually afford, which, sure, Abby's fine, that's okay. Gunther's a good character still, a little older and outdated. Rex, good character, older and outdated. Vader's great for new gen, and that's fine too. Again, all these characters you need hype for, so whatever. Yeet is fantastic, especially with gear, so I'm happy to see there's some quality shards down here. Kofi's great as a tag character, but I'm not really sold on him outside of anything there. Decent shard counts here. 250 for Seth, even though they just sold him for $30, makes no sense to me why he's this expensive on the wall. Coco shards, this is great value. Xavier Wood shards, this is great value. Devon Dudley, Naomi, pretty solid value too. But the problem is, you're probably only going to be able to get one of these. Maybe 2 if you get lucky on the blitz like I did. Strowman you just got for free, so why would you bother any of his shards? Cody's fine as an S+ tier, but he's a 5,000 shard recruit. Probably a lot of you are going to go ahead and get this 7 pull for 70 if you manage to max out the solo contest so that you're only 2 loot coins short of hitting an official mega, which that's going to just require you to spend a couple bucks. So that's kind of where that, leads you. If you're subscribed to the club, which already costs $30 a month, that'll get you 1 coin. If you max the solo contest, you get 30 more coins. If you buy this deal with your prize wall that you have so far, that gets you 7 more coins, so you're at 38 loot coins. You need to buy 2 more. And so for some of you that maybe bought like the weekly $5 deal or something, that'll get you your 2 loot coins if you're looking to spend $5 for 2 loot coins. But now it's like, okay, I spent $5 on the week. I spent $30 on the club store. Whatever else I might have had to have spent for a 2x speed perk or steps to make sure that I maxed out the contest or whatever it was on the CSS before. And, all of that has resulted in 1 mega for a character that I'm not guaranteed to get any shards of. That's a real slap in the face. That being said, I'll probably get this 7 pull and hopefully try to get myself a mega just to see what that results in. I'm not expecting much. The time to get Radical Skill Plate is insanely overpriced at 150 Prize Wall medallions for a 50-50. For a black move into 50 black gem damage. That's ridiculous. The Total Silence Anniversary is fine. Token bundles are fine. Way overpriced in my opinion nowadays. And then you have the cleanup crew stuff is probably your best stuff now. Because everything else is so overrated. So yeah, I mean, pick up your star fragments and maybe your coins and TP, that's fine if that's what you wanted to get out of this weekend was some bare bones basic resources, sure. But this wall altogether, this is horrible. There's no saving it. There's no being like, oh, this is great, and I didn't spend, so I can't get anything. No, it's just ridiculous, right? So I'm not gonna get into a huge amount of feedback on the weekend. I'll put in my 2 cents here. The 1v1 thing, I like the idea of 1v1. The event itself, I despise it, and I think it's horrible. I haven't chased leaderboards in close to a year and a half at this point. If I did, I would be super pissed off. That there's people that score 1 billion war score points and still aren't even close to breaking the top 100 is insane to me because it's just going to get outweighed by spending. And then even if you take out the leaderboard side of things, right? Like I said, I haven't done that in a year and a half. Just looking at this, I busted my rear end, to put it very, very PG, this past weekend in terms of how much feuding that I did. I maxed out the solo contest. And it's like, what do I have to show for it? I have no Seth. I'm not close to getting Seth. All that it's done for me is now essentially tried to tease me into spending $5 for 2 loot coins to get a mega to not get Seth. And I have no prize wall to show for it. So what did I really win this weekend? Sure, I maxed the contest, but I got right. Nothing. That's the thing. This feels like the ultimate filler contest to me. There was no reward, right? There's no you did it, here you go, this is what you win. No. The reward itself was the fact that feud got changed to 1v1. So yeah, and look, I like that. I think that that's a great upgrade for the game, but I also don't think that means that every single thing this weekend is perfect and flawless and it was so much easier and it was so much quicker and all this other stuff. No, it wasn't. Feud took longer, even though it was 1v1 because of this whole scoring nonsense that they have going on. And there's no rewards. There's no rewards for playing the game this weekend, other than, your cleanup stuff for basic resources that you shouldn't have to play the game crazy amounts of time for anyway. You should just be able to get these resources naturally by playing the game. But hey, this is a big deal breaker for me. Like I said, this is definitely a revolutionary prize wall. It's something, all right. But hey, look. Hopefully you did well this weekend. Hopefully you somehow had a different experience than me in terms of getting more rewards, because it doesn't feel like there's very many going around. But if you did, congrats. And hopefully we'll see some changes for the better in the very near future for the event, for the prize wall specifically too. But that's going to be it for me on this one. You already know the deal. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff. But hey, that's it. I'll see you for the next one. Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you.